Hello and welcome to a legs and back day for upright Bowflexes. My name is Eric, and in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be counting our repetitions, and we're going to be taking a little bit longer rest interval, and we're going to be utilizing these principles of hypertrophy. And hypertrophy is basically fatiguing the muscle, and then we're going to let it recover during that rest interval, and then we're going to do it again. And hypertrophy is known as the best way to build muscle mass in kind of the academic and weightlifting community, and that's what we're going to be doing here today. A lot of the other routines I have on the channel kind of combine some cardio work and some stability. This is focusing entirely on muscle growth. And we're going to be doing this as 28 sets today. Most of these sets, the first 21, are going to utilize our squat bar and attachment. And if you're not sure how to use this, I'll have a link to a video in that. You can also start running your cables to this bottom set of pulleys here. I have up top, I have it in the second widest position up here, and then I have my pulleys in the middle position down here. Now, our last 7 exercises of our routine are going to utilize the seat and the leg extension attachment. So definitely keep that handy. This routine is going to be part of a larger hypertrophy program that I'll be releasing on the channel over the coming weeks, and all of the workouts will be completely free, and I'll have a link to a playlist below where you can see the recommended order to go through all of them. I'm also going to have a link to a PDF download that's basically a list of all the different exercises that are part of this routine, the number of sets recommended, and then also it has a space where you can write in your weight setting and the number of repetitions you did. And the thought here is you're going to come back to this routine multiple times if you're doing the program. And as you do this, well, first off, it's going to tell you the last weight setting you use so you know what to rack up. But then you also want to beat that and progressively increase the weight setting or increase the number of repetitions that you're doing. So definitely utilize this sheet if you're going to be coming back and doing this as a whole program. So if you need more direction on progressing through this whole program, I'll have a link as well where you can purchase the whole program. It's going to have more advice about your rest days, what your macronutrients should look like, and all that other information. And plus, that program supports me directly, and I would very much appreciate that. One last thing, this routine does not have an active warm-up and stretch component to it. This is a more advanced routine, and I was thinking that those lifters probably have a stretch and warm-up routine that they prefer. If you haven't loosened up already, please pause the video, stretch it out, and then come right back. And we're going to be coming back into squats where we're going to be racking up a lot of resistance in just a moment. Before we do that, I hope you give this video a like. I put a ton of work into designing this whole workout program and each of these individual workouts. So show a little love with a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's go. All right, I hope we're all stretched out now. I'm back from my little jog and stretch, and I'm going to be racking up my resistance here. So I've got 180 pounds of elastic bands that are going to go with 130 pounds of power rods on both sides. So I've got a lot of weight racked up here. I'm going to encourage you, though, we're all at our own levels. Rack up a resistance that makes sense for you. And if this is your first time doing the routine, definitely go a little bit lighter, and you can come back and keep raising that up, especially multiple times through this routine or between each set. So next thing, you should have your cables or your pulleys all run like this. Second widest position up here, and I have it in the middle position at the bottom. And I'm going to just clip in my bar right here. And then we'll be good to go in just a second. And I'm also going to I have this pool noodle here that I use just kind of to soften up this bar when I'm doing squats and lunges and stuff. So let me add that. And now I am good to go. So we've got 45 seconds or so. You can keep it racking yours up. Let me go ahead and demo how we're going to be doing squats here. So I've got this all run through, and now just going to get underneath. The pulleys right here, and this is kind of a tough spot right here, this initial lift up, and I like leaning back here as I raise up, and then once I'm up, I am good to go here. And for a squat, hopefully this is not your first time doing a squat. If it is, I'm not sure if you're ready for this routine, but you're going to drop down nice and low, pretty much as low as you can go, and then raise up out of it. And I want you going nice and slow, and I'm going to be counting all of my reps here. So there's 1, 2. Focus on not leaning forward here. Try to dip straight down. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we've got 1 minute of rest between each set, and I programmed this for 30 seconds of work. So if you're going a little bit slower on your reps, might be a little bit less than a minute of rest here. I'm also going to write down my number of sets here. I just did 10. And from here, you can adjust the weight setting or run it right back, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, if you feel like you can do 12 or 15, I would definitely look to up your resistance by just a tad here. All right, let's get in position, raise up, and get ready for that first set. 1, 2, 3, lower, nice and slow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. So one tip when doing squats, try to take a good inhale right before you start to drop down. And I like to think of it as if I'm in a pool of water. And I inhale, and then I don't start to exhale until my head's out of that pool of water. So keep that in mind here. Let's go ahead and get in position for our next set. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go nice and low. 8, as low as you can comfortably go. 9, and 10. Okay, good work. Now, if you're 2 or 3 sets in, or I guess 3 or 4 in, and you're finding you can't do the full 10, that's okay. Do as many as you can at that weight setting, and then just write down what your sets were, because you're going to come back to this routine a number of times, and you're going to see those numbers go up. This is my 6th time doing this routine, and my squat numbers keep going up. So stick with me here. Let's go ahead and get in position. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3. Final set of squats. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7. You got an extended break coming up. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 90-second rest because we're going into lunges. I'm going to drop my weight by about 20% here. Do a little bit less for these lunges. Hopefully you can catch your breath during these break periods. I hope I'm not breathing too hard into the mic. It's talking through all this adds another layer of difficulty. Okay, let's get ready for those step back lunges here. So I'm going to start out like I did for squats and get in that standing position. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one foot planted here, and then I'm going to step back and raise up. And if you have the tendency to bang your knee on the ground when you step back, I recommend throwing a yoga mat or a towel right behind you, or just be really deliberate not to go down all the way, just most of the way. Here we go. There's one. And I'm keeping that same foot planted. There's 3. 4. We're not alternating. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right. Quads are on fire, and we're just going to switch sides on this now. Be sure to keep writing down those weights. Just a second. Let me go ahead and demo what it looks like with the yoga mat. I'm putting one down right behind the base of this machine. And as I step down and step off the platform, I'll be just past it. So we get in position, and then we lunge back, and then raise up. Let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. These are tough. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more set on each side. It's going to get easier from here. We got these lunges, and we got our 2 big time lifts out of the way after this. Now you might be looking at me like, oh, I'm just coasting through these 10 sets or 10 reps. No, I'm working here. But like I said, I've done this routine a few times. And when the camera's off, I do just a little bit more weight. But not too much more. All right, let's get going. Step back and raise up. What I really wanted to do was be able to show good technique and form. This is 4, 5. If your technique is a mess, you probably should drop the weight just a little bit. There's 7. 8, 9, and 10. Because staying in control, having a nice fluid motion is going to help prevent you from having an injury that can completely derail everything for you. Okay, a little longer. We got this, and then we're moving into calf raises. They're going to be a little bit easier. But we got one set of lunges. Now let's finish this out strong here. We're firing off in 5 seconds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feeling it in those quads, right above the knees. 8, 9, and 10. Nice work. Okay, we're going to be dropping our weight here. Actually, no, sorry, keeping the weight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this extension here. So I clip closer to the bar right now. And this is going to shorten up our length, our cable length here. Now we're moving in to some calf raises. So I've got my shorter bar ready to go here. And I'm going to just stand on the edge of the platform, holding this bar up. And then we just go up onto my tippy toes here, raising up. So everybody, hopefully you caught up with me here. Pause the video if not, and come back. There's 1, hold it for a sec, drop down, and then up. And as you lower, try to go nice and slow. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, only 2 sets of calf raises. Sure, we're writing down our weights. You know, you can adjust the weight setting too. I found calf raises and lunges, I'm pretty good just doing the same for both of them. We got one more set of these. We're going to have a 90-second rest interval. Shoot, maybe even 2 minutes. I forget what Let's get hyped though. Give it a good, nice set of calf raises. Where again, you want to go up on your tippy toes, hold it for about a second, and then try to slowly drop. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Deadlifts are up next here. Now for deadlifts, I like going back to about the weight I had for squats. So we got a 2-minute rest interval here, so you can rack up that resistance. Follow along with me here though a little bit. We're adding my resistance back up to my squat weight. And again, I've got my shorter handle up here. I got these handy. I should have mentioned this in the warm-up or in the intro. If you got weightlifting gloves and you're really sweaty, I really recommend wearing these. It's going to let you get a little bit better grip on the bar, and not let that be the weak link in your chain here. All right, so we got deadlifts up next, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my cable position to the widest setting down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to stand on my platform here with my heels up against the bottom of this, and I'm going to rest my butt up against the tower here. Now I'm going to grab this handle, and I'm going to look straight ahead, and then I'm going to basically try to stand up. You're lifting with your legs. Now, you don't want to be lifting up with your shoulders as you do this. You want to raise up with your legs, and think of your arms as just lying straight, just holding onto this bar. That's all they do is hold onto the bar, and then you're going to bend and lift straight up. Here we go. 1. And you should be feeling it in your glutes, so right on your butt. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. So you notice my butt ends up hitting the tower each time I go down. There's 6. And then I lift straight up. There's 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, you should be feeling it, kind of your butt and then your hamstrings down here as you straighten out. So those arms, you're not lifting, they're just holding onto it. Your arms are just, just think of it as like a steel beam that's holding the weight as you move your legs around it. Lift with those legs. Now we're going to be doing 4 sets of those. So, let's really focus on our form here. And we're going to be raising up and then lowering the weight nice and slow and control. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go. A lot of weight on those. And again, it's just like your arms are kind of dangling there. They're dangling, but they're holding this big weight. You're not flexing your arms. You're not doing a shoulder shrug or a row or anything. They are just holding the weight, and you're moving your legs around it to raise it off the ground. We got 2 more sets of these, and then we're going to be moving into some seated row after that. But let's keep this going here. Here we go. Raise it up. There's 2. 3. Lower that weight nice and slow. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so after this, when we switch into rows, I'm going to be dropping my weight setting by about 100 pounds or 1/3. So keep that in mind on right after the set. I think we'll have 90 seconds to adjust our weight and then get set up for those rows. All right, let's raise it up. 2, 3, 4. Keep your core nice and tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Very nice. We are halfway through this routine and we're done with the tougher part. So let's drop this weight setting here. Again, I'm dropping by about 100 pounds here. And we're going to go into some rows. Now for rows, if you have a yoga mat, you could throw that on the ground. I got mine out, so why not? And what I might be doing is I'm going to be sitting here with my feet up against the platform, or you can have it up against the legs of your machine. And then you're going to just pull this weight back nice and smooth all the way to your chest and then slowly release. Now, if you start a couple seconds early like I have here, you can make sure you got a good weight setting for this as well. For your grip, I like having my hands about shoulder width apart here. But, you can do what feels good to you here. Now, everybody, let's get in position. And we got 10 repetitions. There's 1, 2, 3, nice and slow. 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it at your chest for more difficulty. There's 8, 9, and 10. There we go. So think about that weight. If you could not do 10 reps, I want you to drop the weight just a little bit because we got 4 of these coming right up. On the weight settings, I try to set a weight setting where my first set, I can at least do all 10 repetitions with good form. And then in my second, third, maybe fourth set, that's where I might end up short a little bit. And sometimes that's because I added a bit more weight, and sometimes just it's fatigue setting in. So, hopefully you're in that same spot. Normally when I do this routine, I don't get 10 reps in with every single set. But like I said before, I found a good resistance for that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit up nice and tall as you do these. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hope we're all doing good out there. 16 of our 28 sets down. And if you've made it this far, you can't quit now. You're over halfway. All you have to do is just keep working with me and give me your best effort. Okay. Let's get seated here, get in position, and let's get rowing. There's 1, 2, 3, you got this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale as you're pulling that weight in. 9 and 10. There we go. One more set of rows to go. I wanted to stay seated down here. I need to catch my breath. Now for this final set, I want you to change your grip up a little bit. I've been doing an overhand grip the whole time. I'm going to switch it to an underhand grip and pull the weight in that way. It's going to hit my biceps a little bit more. That's not really the target of this routine, but I just kind of want to show you can change up your grips and find something that works for you. All right, here we go. 2, 1. Let's row. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A couple more. 9 and 10. All right, good work. We got one more set of rows. This is going to be a bent over row. And I'm going to drop the weight another 50 pounds, so maybe drop it by about 25% for you. And bent over rows are going to be pretty similar here. That'd be just barely off the platform, and I might be leaning over here, and then I might just be pulling this weight up towards me. I might take a little bit wider of a grip than I did on my seated rows, and then pulling that weight up. And again, you can try an overhand grip or an underhand grip. Find what works for you. Here we go in just a few seconds. Let's get in position, team. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. To switch up my weight, that's just a tad bit too much for me. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, these bands I'm using, link to a different video on it. If you need more resistance out of your machine, check that out. This design works about really great, about $25 for all the bands I'm using. Adds a ton of resistance. We're moving into set number 2 of this, and I found I actually need to keep my toes kind of on the platform. Otherwise, my machine was almost tipping over with the amount of weight I had. There we go. Let's row it up. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice and smooth. 7. Form over resistance here. That's 9 and 10. So if you start a set and you feel like it's too little weight, really focus on getting that technique just right. Imagine I am there right next to you saying, no, 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 slow it down, or don't rock your shoulders. Go as smooth as you can go and isolate those muscles as you can with these. And we got our last set of rows coming up here. And I am good. I hope you are. Let's finish this thing out strong. Okay. 2, 1. Let's row it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel those shoulder blades squeeze and hold it there for just a fraction of a second. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our bench back together, and I've got my bench and my leg extension attachment here, and I'm also going to be dropping my resistance before I add it. So I'm going to be going down to 80 pounds for this. We're going to be doing leg curls, one-legged leg curls up next. And so when you rack up 80 pounds on both sides, if we're only working one leg, it's still going to be a lot of weight here. I wouldn't call it 160 pounds, because these power rods aren't quite what they say they are, but that's okay. All we need is resistance. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you switch over to free weights, let's say you did 250 pounds of squats on your Bowflex, do not put 250 pounds on the bar when you do a free weight squat, because it's going to feel different. So I've now run my resistance through here, and we're going to be doing one-legged leg curls. And for that, the way I like to do it is I'll have 1 foot off of the platform, and then I'll be leaning forward like this here, and then I'm going to just curl my leg up just like this. So I guess I've got one hand on the bench here where I normally be seated, and then the other on the crossbar. And that's going to give me a nice angle for curling up here, which is going to be great for hitting our hamstrings and our glutes here. So for these, we're going to have a little bit shorter rest interval because we're only working out one half of our body. And so we're going to move between these two sides a little bit quicker. And I'm going to go 12 reps for leg curls and encourage you to do the same. All right, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the seat's coming up, put more weight on it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we only got 30 seconds between each side. Let's just move right into the other. We're going to get right in position. So as I was saying, when you curl up, if the seat's getting raised up, really plant your hand into the seat here. And I even have my head resting up against the backrest. Here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're aiming to do the same amount on each side. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Here we go. One more on each side. Short rest. We're so close to finishing. You can do this. Let's get in position, team. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Last set of leg curls, and then we have 3 sets of leg extension, and then that's a day. Let's get ready here. 12 of these, you got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, these can be a little tough based on your height. So again, if you need to change the way you do this a little bit, that's 9. Find the position that works for you. One more. And that might mean lowering the seat a little bit from where I have it here. I'm just under 6 feet tall, so I have mine in the highest position. So keep that in mind. We're moving into our final set here. It's going to be leg extensions. And I am going to be racking up a bunch of weight on this again. This is, the leg extension is one where I keep finding my numbers, keep going up and up with this program. So I added about 100 pounds there. And for this, really intuitive. You're just sitting here and really try to plant yourself on the seat here. Lean back. I like putting my hands right underneath my butt as I extend this weight out. I'm going to try to hold the weight out, fully extend it for just a second, and then slowly lower. So kick out fast, hold it, slowly lower. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Two more sets to go. Same weight setting here, adjust as needed. I hope you're enjoying this routine. I've got a full sweat going. Let me tell you, sometimes I say it feels like I just got out of the swimming pool. Feels like I got out of the ocean today because I'm all salty and gross. But, good sweat's a good sign of a good workout. Let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes. Final set coming up. So as this timer ticks down, after we're done, we're going to be racking up our resistance. And I'm also going to be showing a little bit of info about my Ko-Fi supporters. I appreciate all of them. They'll pop up here on the screen in just a moment. And what they get is access to all of these workout programs, including this hypertrophy program that we're doing here today. So if you're interested in getting a little bit more that's beyond just what's out here for free on YouTube, check that stuff out. And it also supports me directly. 100% of that membership money, 100% of those sales go right to me, which helps pay me a little bit for my time for creating all this stuff. So let's go ahead and finish this out though. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. All right. Awesome job, everybody. Remove those power rods from tension. Wrap them up with a bungee cord. It's going to keep them strong for a nice long time. Awesome job on finishing. Again, I hope you check out the workout program or the PDF to write down all your resistance. And if you're doing this and want to be up on the leaderboard, don't forget to comment with a hashtag, all that good stuff. Thank you to all my Ko-Fi Elite members. Appreciate you all. I want to give a big shout out to Big Nate. He recently joined. Thank you, Big Nate. And thank you to all of you. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and great job today.